The fluorescent lights hummed overhead, casting a dull glow on the textbook pages. It was Tuesday, third period, history class. Nothing out of the ordinary. Mr. Thompson droned on about the War of 1812, his voice a monotonous rhythm. I doodled in my notebook, my mind miles away. Then a piercing shriek cut through the air. The classroom fell silent. It was the school's emergency alarm. We all stared at each other, confusion clouding our faces. Mr. Thompson's eyebrows knitted together. "What's that noise?" he muttered, more to himself than to us. Before anyone could answer, the loudspeaker crackled to life. A voice, tight with urgency, boomed through the room. "Attention students and faculty. This is a lockdown. I repeat, this is a lockdown." Fear, cold and sharp, shot through me. Lockdown. The word hung in the air, heavy and ominous. My heart pounded against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat. Mr. Thompson's face had paled. He hurried to the door, locked it, and pulled down the blinds, plunging the room into semi-darkness. "Everyone, get down! Under your desks now!" he hissed, his voice trembling slightly. We scrambled, desks scraping against the floor, a cacophony of panicked whispers. I curled up under my desk, my breath catching in my throat. The air grew thick with fear, the silence punctuated by the frantic thumping of my own heart. What was happening? Why were we on lockdown? Questions swirled in my mind, each more terrifying than the last. Minutes stretched into an eternity. Whispers, hushed and anxious, snaked through the darkness. What's going on? Is it a fire? I heard it's an intruder. I hugged my knees to my chest, my body shaking. The classroom door, usually a comforting barrier, now seemed flimsy and inadequate. It felt like we were trapped, waiting for something terrible to happen. Mr. Thompson paced at the front of the room, his face etched with worry. He kept glancing at his phone, as if expecting some kind of explanation. But the silence remained, broken only by the occasional muffled sob from a terrified student. The uncertainty was the worst part. Our imaginations ran wild, conjuring up scenarios far more terrifying than reality. Then we heard it. Footsteps. Heavy and deliberate, echoing in the hallway outside our classroom door. My blood ran cold. The whispers ceased, replaced by a suffocating silence. Every eye was fixed on the door, every ear straining to hear the slightest sound. The footsteps stopped right outside our door. My breath hitched. He was here. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears, loud and insistent. Someone whimpered softly. Then, silence. The footsteps resumed, moving slowly down the hallway, fading into the distance. We held our breath, afraid to move, afraid to even breathe. The silence that followed was deafening, filled with unspoken fear and the chilling realization that the danger, whatever it was, might not be over yet.